The fake doctor. Leo was a young man with a big problem. He needed a job, but he had no experience. He had studied biology in college for 2 years before he had to drop out because he couldn't afford the tuition. Now, he was living in a small apartment in the city, and his savings were almost gone. He spent his days searching for work online, but no one wanted to hire someone without a degree or experience. One afternoon, while scrolling through a local community website, he saw an interesting post. Wanted, assistant for a busy medical clinic. No experience necessary. Will train the right person. Leo's heart jumped. This was his chance. He immediately sent an email, and to his surprise, he got a reply within an hour, asking him to come for an interview the next day. The clinic was in a nice part of town. It was called City Health Center. The man who interviewed him was Dr. Evans. He was a tall, serious-looking man with glasses. He asked Leo a few simple questions about his background. So, you studied biology? Dr. Evans asked, looking at Leo's resume. Yes, for 2 years, Leo replied nervously. Good, good. You understand basic science. That's all we need. The job is simple. You will help me with patients. You will take their blood pressure, write down their symptoms, and sometimes, give them simple advice. I will tell you what to say. Can you do that? Leo felt a little unsure. But I'm not a doctor. I don't have any medical training. Dr. Evans smiled a thin smile. Don't worry. I will be here to supervise everything. You will just be my assistant. Think of it as on-the-job training. The pay is good, and you can start immediately. Leo needed the money. He pushed his doubts away and accepted the job. Thank you, Dr. Evans. I won't let you down. The first few days were exciting. Leo learned how to use a blood pressure monitor and a thermometer. He would greet patients, ask them how they were feeling, and write down their symptoms. Then, Dr. Evans would come in, look at the notes, talk to the patient for a minute, and prescribe some medicine. It seemed very easy. Too easy, sometimes. Leo noticed that Dr. Evans often prescribed the same few types of medicine, no matter what the problem was. For a cough, for a headache, for a stomachache, it was often the same little white pills. One day, an elderly woman named Mrs. Gable came in. She was coughing badly. Leo did his usual check. Her blood pressure was a little high, and she had a fever. He wrote everything down and went to get Dr. Evans. Dr. Evans was on the phone in his office. The door was slightly open. Leo was about to knock when he heard Dr. Evans saying, Yes, yes, the shipment is coming tomorrow. The usual place. Don't worry, the stuff is safe. No one knows it's just sugar pills. Leo froze. Sugar pills? His blood ran cold. He quietly stepped away from the door, his mind racing. Was Dr. Evans not a real doctor? Were the medicines he was giving people just fake? He didn't know what to do. He needed this job. But he couldn't let people be tricked. That evening, he went home and searched online for Dr. Mark Evans. He found nothing. No medical license, no university degree, no record of him at all. The man was a fraud. The next day, Leo was very nervous. He watched Dr. Evans, or the man he thought was Dr. Evans, carefully. He saw how the man avoided difficult questions from patients. He saw how he always had a quick, simple solution for every problem. Leo felt sick. He was part of a scam. A young mother came in with her little boy, who was crying. He has a bad earache, the mother said, her voice full of worry. Leo checked the boy's temperature. It was high. This was serious. A real ear infection could be dangerous for a child. Dr. Evans came in, glanced at the boy, and said, "It's nothing. Just a little flu." He started to write a prescription for the usual white pills. Leo couldn't stay silent. "Dr. Evans," he said, his voice shaking. "His temperature is 102. He seems to be in a lot of pain. Shouldn't we recommend a real hospital?" Dr. Evans's face turned hard. He looked at Leo with cold eyes. "I am the doctor here, Leo. I will make the decisions." He handed the prescription to the mother. But the mother had heard Leo. She looked from Leo's worried face to Dr. Evans's angry one. Maybe I should take him to the children's hospital," she said hesitantly. "That is not necessary," Dr. Evans said, his voice rising. "Please," Leo said to the mother, ignoring Dr. Evans. "It's better to be safe." The mother nodded, picked up her son, and quickly left the clinic. As soon as the door closed, Dr. Evans turned on Leo. "You're fired," he shouted. "Get out of my clinic. You have no idea what you've done." Leo was relieved to be fired. He ran out of the clinic and didn't look back. But he knew his work wasn't finished. He went straight to the police station and told them everything he knew about the fake doctor and his fake clinic. The police investigated. They discovered that Dr. Evans was actually a man named Carl Bunt, who had a history of fraud. He was buying cheap sugar pills and selling them as expensive medicine. He was arrested, and the clinic was closed down. A few weeks later, Leo was reading the newspaper when he saw an article about the case. The article ended with a quote from the young mother. She said, "A brave young man at the clinic warned me. He saved my son from getting the wrong treatment. My son had a serious ear infection, and the real doctors at the hospital said we came just in time. I don't know who that young man is, but I am so grateful to him." Leo smiled. He still didn't have a job, but he felt good. He had done the right thing. He had stopped a dangerous liar and helped people. He realized that honesty was more important than an easy job. He decided to go back to school, to study properly and become a real healthcare worker one day. This time, he would do it the right way.